today I want to stay on the symbolism and the new building. I have author Amish Tripathi joining me from London for more on this. Amish, many thanks for joining us here on India Today. You saw this entire ceremony. What's your first reaction? What do you take away from this, from what you saw at the new Parliament building?
This is a very significant moment for India's Republic. As has often been said, we are a young nation, a young republic, but we are a very ancient civilization. And symbology is extremely important for how communities come together. As Edmund Burke had said, human beings are symbol-producing animals. Every community, every nation around symbols. I'm in the UK right now. Is built around Greco-Roman symbology. So ancient civilization, when they get to the Indian Republic, it makes our nation that much stronger. Is a very ancient tradition in the Rajdanda has been referred to in the Shanti Acharya Chanakya's Arthashastra in of Tiruvalluvar, and state should be run. That it should be run on the precepts of Dharma, and as above religion, it is beyond religion. Yes. Often, Dharma is actually the correct word for religion is Panth. Dharma is for the good of all. So the Rajdanda, the Sengol represents how a state should be run. The Parliament significantly improves our infrastructure for democracy. So both from the perspective of efficiency and symbology, I think this is a very significant moment.
You said significant, you spoke of dharma and the path of righteousness, what the Rajdand or the Dharm Dand is supposed to tell the king in earlier times, and our parliament with the Sengol being installed at Lok Sabha next to the speaker. But what does this entire ceremony mean in terms of our civilizational heritage and our civilizational knowledge?
As I said earlier, the Sengol is, it is believed that Lord Shiva himself manifests on the Sengol or the Rajdanda, which is why on top of the Sengol is Lord Nandi, who is Lord Shiva's foremost devotee. But many also say that symbolizes the bull of Dharma. As I'm sure aware, Dharma is represented by a bull in our ancient traditions. Yes. Gautam Buddha has been referred to as a bull in Buddhist text. Lord Vishnu is also said to manifest as a bull, at times. So it actually is an all-encompassing symbol, and it represents how a state should be run. And we as a people have decided to vest the power to run our state in the Indian Parliament. So therefore it is appropriate that the Sengol be in the Indian Parliament, because that's where the sovereign power of the Indian state lies.
Absolutely. Amish, what do you then make of this entire controversy about the Rajdand or the Sengol being relegated to a museum in Prayagraj as a golden walking stick? And Prime Minister Narendra Modi just a short while back indicated that it's finally being restored to its rightful place.
Look, I'm not going to get into the controversy of it. I never really comment on politics. One can focus on that, but I would choose to focus more on the positive aspects and on the uniting aspects. If you see the ceremonies today, of course, the Sengol was treated with respect as it should, and has been placed with pride, in the Parliament, in the Lok Sabha. You will notice that when the speaker speaks, the primary speaker says the Sengol is right, is there above the left shoulder of the speaker. But the ceremonies also included multi-faith prayers.
Yes.
It was, I think, 10, 15 years later, when we look back at this moment, we'll see it as a very uniting and civilizationally important moment for the Indian Republic.
Interesting you say that it's civilizationally a very important moment for our republic. What do you then make of the opposition choosing to stay away? Have they virtually given a walkover to the government? Should they have stayed? Should they have stayed even if to oppose while being there?
You, I never really comment on politics. And look, the way I see it is, Indian politicians, as rightly, focus on the next election. So Indian politicians should, focus on the next few years. But those of us who look at a societal perspective, could look at perhaps a different and a more longer term view. This is not to criticize the political class at all. In fact, I have huge respect for the Indian political class. Running a complex, rebellious country like India is not easy. I would choose not to get into the controversies, the political controversies on this. From a long-term civilizational perspective, however, this is a very significant and positive moment.
You calling this a positive moment? There were some reports. If we were to go back to 1947, 14th of August 1947, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was wearing the pitambari. He was, holy ash was rubbed on him. He was handed over the Sengol. The Adheenam says that the Sengol was first given to Lord Mountbatten, taken from him, then given to Pandit Nehru. It symbolized transfer of power, and Rajaji, also guided this move. We are now told that there is no historical evidence of Lord Mountbatten being given that Sengol and taken back and then given to Pandit Nehru. What do you make of that part of the current controversy?
From what I know and what is published in the Time magazine as well, in that time, the Adheenam of a mutt in Tamil Nadu did do the Sengol ceremony with Prime Minister Nehru on the advice of Rajaji. At least that's what the public data seems to signify. The Adheenams of the mutt have clarified that themselves as well. I think we should focus on the fact that it's very positive that this that the symbology is being revived. And you will notice, I think, an important point that while the Sengol, and it is the Tamil term for the Rajdanda, while it has come from Tamil Nadu, the Adheenams who carried out the ceremony were from Tamil Nadu. But no one in North India, West India, East India is protesting that this is not our symbol. Everyone knows that this is our uniting India-wide symbol, and I see that as a very positive way of approaching things.
That's a very interesting perspective, that you're giving on this, that North India, South India, I mean, culturally, and we're all the same. That's a very, very pertinent point. The fact that Prime Minister Narendra Modi also referred to the Indus Valley civilization, how we were a very modern, civilization at that point of time, or the Mauryan Empire, how India was spurring the world until the invasion started. He spoke of the Cholas, then the invasions. When you talk of the Sengol, when you talk of this Rajdand, is it linking that era to the modern post-independent era, to link progress then to the progress or the aspiration to be a developed nation now?
Yeah, and I think it has been very nicely put. I forget who said that. That society is a contract between those who are dead and those who are yet to be born, to carried out by those who are living. That's what a society is. It's our deep connection to our ancestors and our deep care for our descendants who are yet to be born. Because the moment we cut off from our ancestors, or the moment we stop caring for our descendants and live selfishly, thinking only about ourselves, as sadly some Western societies are living, you will notice that society starts breaking down. extreme selfishness may seem like a good idea for you yourself, but actually you will notice in practice it doesn't work. Societies work only when we are connected to our past and care deeply about the future. Uh, because remember, society is something that exists beyond just petty human lives. So, of course, I do believe that the past must be connected to the future through our present. That's a very definition of a society.
Absolutely. Many thanks, Amish, as always, for joining me here on India Today. Amish Tripathi there telling us about the civilizational link and why it's so important.